All right.
Hi, we are live. Dave, you gotta lean in. There you go. Say hi, everyone.
Can we turn the camera?
Turn the camera where?
Where? No, we can't.
Okay, everybody shift. Pass
Shifting.
the brother on the left-hand side.
So I did my best lining things up with
Chips.
the chairs and like seeing how it looks. So
And here.
we're the Connors brothers. Welcome to the listening party. We've got the comment thread open, so whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, put your comments on the thread. We'd love to interact with you during this party, such as Dan saying hi, people.
Hey, Dan.
Hi, Dan DeMarco.
Hi, other people.
I hope you brought your
Cassandra.
snacks.
Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, Sandra.
Gotta bring a snack. We got our snacks.
I brought the noisy bag.
That's why
Do that.
popcorn, dude. Popcorn's a better snack.
Okay, I'm done.
Good news is
That
while
tastes
we're
better.
playing the
Silent.
tracks from the album, you won't hear Dave's chip bag because we'll give you exclusive audio of the album. So Sadie says hi. She's watching on the
Sadie.
YouTube.
See you tomorrow
you
for
for
your
that.
lesson,
Can
Sadie.
you make this camera more slimming?
I did that already.
Put the swimming feature
I
on.
did at McDonald's for dinner.
Maybe I got a short chair.
I don't know.
Wait, suck it in.
So again, welcome
I
to
just
all
like
of you.
chips.
Like, look at the eyeballs. There's tons of people watching. So thank you.
Hey,
Make sure you say hi. We want your comments. We want your questions. We want to share our experiences about recording this album.
Mhm.
The mountaintops and the valleys alike, and we're gonna play the tracks from the album for you.
Awesome.
And then it is available in hard copy on CD. It's
And
alongside the now available photo book.
for any of you who pre-ordered,
Woohoo!
they arrived.
Okay, so you're
Yes.
supposed to stick it in. Okay. And then, so we're going to talk about the photo book, and then it's on your streaming platforms. And we're going to share it via Bandcamp, where there's also a listening party on there that you can check out. But that's the platform we chose to share it with, but you can listen to it on any of your favorite sources. So, and Danielle says, happy new album release. And I want to take this moment to thank Danielle. She bought the album on Bandcamp today. Hope you don't mind me pointing that out.
Is that our first Bandcamp buy?
No.
This album?
No,
Oh,
but
cool.
she
of.
did today, and
Day
she's the
one.
first one on the live stream that bought it today. So there you go.
Nice.
So why don't we jump right into? You want to jump into a song, and
Yeah.
then we'll talk about that song after.
Yeah. Let's play
Is
the
that
song first. John, what song will you be playing first?
So we're gonna start with the first title, not title track. There is no title track. First song on the album, which is Antrim Plateau. Here we come. Here it comes. So we're gonna-
The gathering place, a highland plateau. There's room for us all to grow. But peeling the rocky onion takes years, millions of storms and tears.
Sit in this chair, wish with me, dream of more. Carefully step, watch ahead, watch behind.
Everyone knows the giants don't like to get their feet wet. That's why Finn built it. It lies on the edge of the Antrim Plateau. Through pillars of stone, the whistling wind will blow. Fair and true, this place will call. The fire is lit, tea for all. And everyone knows the giants don't like to get their feet wet. That's why Finn built it. It lies on the edge of the Antrim Plateau. Through pillars of stone, the whistling wind will blow. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. And forgive, will be forgiven. On the Entrim Plateau, on the Entrim Plateau, on the Entrim Plateau, on the Entrim Plateau. Together one place, the giants plateau, is yet the sweat, each one been built with lies on the rock. The Entrim Plateau, the pillars of stone, and steel with will. Together one place, the giants plateau, is yet the sweat, each one been built with lies on the rock. The Entrim Plateau, the pillars of storms, and steel will blow.
There we go. Okay, all right.
We're back.
So that was the first track. What? You
I
weren't
was
ready?
looking down.
So like when the song ends, we're gonna go back on.
yeah, I
so you know
understand
the
that.
format.
Sorry, I was like,
3.
I was listening to it sustain and
So that was
I don't want to
Antrim
block
Plateau.
Mel, but I want to be.
That was Antrim
So
Plateau.
Joe,
No.
scooch a little,
That's all right.
Yeah,
and then
I
Mel
remember
scooch a
stretch.
little, and that way I can lean in. We should have
Fine.
plotted this out while we were.
So
Yeah, this is great.
I'll say it again.
Thanks,
So
so
that-
thank you to Chico's Hiking Sticks and Woodcrafts for the comment
for
there.
all your hiking stick and woodcraft needs, Chico's. And I'll say that was Antrim Plateau yet again. So that's the first track on the album.
Yeah.
John, maybe a little insight because for those who are, this is like we have had the opportunity to play this song a few times live, but for those hearing it for the first time, what's the backstory? This was a song that you wrote.
Yeah, so I kind of want to talk about the recording a bit. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's go.
I know you're trying to cue that up for me,
Sure.
but so one of the things, and depending on how you listened at home today, that we had a lot of fun with in the studio. Janderson is listening and loving it.
The Janderson. Oh,
so one of the things
she saw my textbook throw. I learned that from you, Janderson.
yeah, there you go. And then I totally negated it.
You did
which
a
is
little.
bad.
That's okay.
And then we even talked about.
I know
not
we
doing
did.
that.
That's
I know.
okay.
Yeah,
all good.
But I was trying to like roll with it a bit.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Okay.
It's a
So,
good place.
so one
We're
of
headed to a
the
good
fun
place.
things we did is when we have all four voices going at the same time, which I refer to as polyphony, or it can be called counterpoint. But we have all four voices going at the same time.
No, I'm joking.
No,
No, it's not a
different than
gang
gang
vocals.
vocals.
It's not gang
So
vocals.
different than that. Okay. So what we did is
Boy.
we took each voice and placed them on the stereo spectrum the way we stand on stage.
So I think the cool kids these days call some of those sonic experiences ASMR.
Like that, I think.
Wait.
Okay, I'm gonna say yes because I'm
What's
not gonna disagree with
ASMR?
you.
So like these are
Like
but so if you were to close your eyes and listen to the album, it would be as if though you were in the middle of us on stage,
just
just
like a real
front
like,
row, right dead center,
Yeah.
and you get to get that experience of hearing us as if you were surrounded by us
Yeah.
in your living room
in your living room, right? Like a
Yeah,
family
More like that.
experience.
on
We
stage,
run our
on a
sound-
small stage.
We run our sound system mono. So
Yeah.
So not that, but if you invite us
That's-
over to your house, and actually Dave's working on a package for house concerts,
A package?
which maybe we'll talk a little bit more as this live stream event
hey man,
progresses.
I know I got to trim.
But
Okay, yeah.
yeah, so
Yoda.
it's recorded that way. So
You
when you get
are.
to the end of that song, if you're listening, especially if you have like a surround sound setup or if you have headphones, especially, or I found in the car is another spot where you really hear the fact that the voices all have their own space and you can hear Dave over on the far side of the stage, and you hear Mel on the other side.
It was
of the
my
stage.
first time mastering an album and following the tutorial. And in the phase metering, I noticed a very wide coverage, which is a visual representation of a great job John did mixing and getting that field of experience. The phase meter was like the full spectrum width and balanced and round.
So if you want us to go deep tech talk, like, feel free to throw questions at us. We can go that
What's
way.
phase meter?
Yeah.
And I'll also point out just quickly on the other side of the spectrum of not the phase meter spectrum, but rather the lyric to the songs written. Those quotes can be found in Northern Ireland at the Giants Causeway. John, you wrote them, pulling them from a series of quotes and wooden blocks and steps.
Okay. So you got that in the
For
photo.
any of you who have purchased our album
I like
book,
how you had it like it's reading a
which
story.
looks like, whoops, like this, and maybe following along for the album experience in the book. We're currently on Antrim Plateau, and on this side we have the handwritten notes of John during the writing process, and then we have a photograph of one of the blocks from Ireland,
Joe was mentioning,
which is the inspiration Joe was mentioning, and then we have the typed lyrics for legibility, even though John's handwriting is lovely.
It's very good handwriting.
Uh-oh.
Printing? Handwriting?
Printing/handwriting hybrid.
Hybrid.
if that's a cool comment from your mom, you can read it out if you want.
Okay.
So-
Mom said, made the boys lunches. Henry's butter and bread. Charlie's tuna.
I thought you were talking about our lunches.
Oh, that's sweet. We're getting
Oh,
we're
she
getting
made
we're-
me some pasta.
We get,
Thanks,
where did all
ma'am.
the chat go?
we get an anti-deb.
Annie Deb, throw
Let's
out.
go back. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so quickly to address this, Tiago says, well, I was in that room not so long ago. So we are live from Connor's
Oh, yes.
Music, and Tiago is here as a student.
I was using this bass in
He
that
was
lesson.
using that base. So there we go.
So with the book, they're available for purchase on our website. If you want them for curbside pickup, you can pick up at Connor's Music. You can purchase them and have them shipped to you for a flat rate of $5 shipping, Canada wide. And the books are $45. That's when the tax is included. So it looks like 39 something plus tax.
With you.
So that comes with the CD for use people.
Use guys.
That's Woodvillian speak. Don't have CD players. I apologize. They come with frisbees. But
You live in Cannington, dude. You can't be making those
Coasters.
jokes anymore.
And there we go. I just put the the link to the shop
Oh,
in the
beautiful.
chat, both on
Thank
you.
Facebook
Amazing.
and YouTube.
we'll update images and make the shop look sweeter. But right now, just look for the one that says the photo book.
Nice.
And that includes the photo book.
And Michelle says congratulations.
Thank you, Michelle.
John, you want to cue up our next track?
I would like to cue it up by introducing our next introducer, Melissa. You want to talk about this next
So
one?
turn the page.
Ding. Come on, kids, gather around.
Would you like your note?
No, I don't
Oh,
hold the book like how much.
On Bandcamp. Sorry, Melissa. Scott from Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh,
Says
okay.
hi, Eddie. Sorry he's late. No need to be sorry. Hope
Hi, Scott.
You're enjoying the album. Okay, sorry.
All the
go
way to
ahead, Matt.
Texas. Thank you, Texas.
That's cool.
We don't have international shipping, so he's gonna have to go digital download, and we'll have to figure. He could email.
He's
us.
on Bandcamp.
No, tell him to email about
Yeah.
the book.
The book.
So,
That's the book.
Bandcamp, for those, just as a quick segue there, it's a platform for artists, musicians to share their work. You can digitally download the album direct to whatever device you like. The artist is remunerated in a way that is a far better portion outset for the bands. So if there's a band you're looking to support, one of the best ways to do that, you can, streaming is good. We appreciate it. We love when you get to listen to our music. But if you're trying to support a band,
Buying and downloading,
via Bandcamp is a great way to
because
do
you can
that.
do it through Amazon and iTunes and stuff, but the
But-
percentages are much smaller.
Yeah, so if you're ever downloading for a band, Bandcamp is a great way to do that. There's our plug for Bandcamp. Now, Mel, Fiddle and Me.
I'm trying to think what I said the other night because
It was really good.
It was really good, and I'm like, dang, I'm in like a gooky mood now, so like, I gotta get serious. Okay,
Want me to make you grumpy?
no, if I ate that, it would make me grumpy. Cheese and lactose.
You can eat
moment.
just the chip.
Yeah, I know. I'm okay. So this song I wrote about my fiddle, and it kind of goes back to when I started and when I had the crazy idea of becoming a violin player, and my parents wondering if I really was serious. And when I did start, they really pushed me towards doing it and supported me, driving me everywhere. And even when I would come down to Connors, because our moms were best friends growing up, so we have a connection back to our parents' childhood. I'd come down and Paul would make the guys record with me, even when I was learning Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And they would look so impressed on a Saturday hanging out in the downstairs with me. And I'd be so excited. And you guys would be like,
Well, you guys had a baseball diamond outside.
Yeah, we're like, can
Yeah,
we,
our- yeah,
With the
let's
car,
go
we
to
wanted
the-
to explore a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
can we
let's
go
go to
play
the window.
baseball with Jimmy?
yeah. But yeah, so that's what the song's about, and my journey with my fiddle and where it's taken me. And yeah, so here is Fiddle in Me.
Took you up into my arms. Never imagined it would go far. The sound went right through my bones. The one I got was out of my league. Mom and Dad believed in me. They knew it was what I need. And I didn't know why. I was feeling something come alive. Hear the sound of the bow dancing on the strings. Feel the music getting faster and lighter and having wings. You know the music's older than you. Tradition blowing from its roots. To be a part of it, and it's true. And I learned early on, no matter where I go, it's my fiddle and me. Started out feeling real shy. Climbing the mountain takes time. Performing all around, including Peggy's Cove. Feeling God with me each time, knowing these gifts are His, that He made mine, and I could never go back. And I didn't know why. I was feeling something come alive. Hear the sound of the bow dancing on the strings. Feel the music getting faster and lighter and having wings. You know the music's older than you. Tradition flowing from its roots. To be a part of it, and it's true. And I learned early on, no matter where I go, it's my fiddle and me. And I didn't know why. I was feeling something come alive. Hear the sound of the bow dancing on the strings. Feel the music getting faster and lighter and having wings. You know the music's older than you. Tradition flowing from its roots. To be a part of it, and it's true. And I learned early on, no matter where I go, it's my fiddle and me. The fiddle and me.
One, two, three.
John Boy, quick on the pause button there. That was like, got him.
That thing's in
Now
the
getting to
way
the
again.
next
There we go.
track.
There you go.
So Mel, we want to point out that was both Fiddle and Me and Fiddler's Story. And as a listening experience, we're encouraging the listener at home to try to listen to them both as they are. It is a two-part.
When we
Succession.
when we first started to do it, I wanted to put fiddle tunes at the end of my Fiddle and Me as one song, but then once I wrote it and we started jamming it, it was like, man, they're both really great on their own, but also together is awesome too. So we put them back to back on the album so that you can enjoy a little bit of slow Celtic Fiddle and Me with some fast Scottish sounding Celtic. Sorry. Well, it is.
Well,
technically.
Yeah. Scott's yeah.
So
It's got a bit of Scottish, a bit of Irish.
it was kind of funny too because we didn't initially intend to keep the 1, 2, 3.
No.
Right? That was just
It's
actually to count
recording.
us in so we could record at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And then I said, whoa, I like that.
And let's
And
jam them
smash
close
them together as
Yeah.
2 tracks.
Yeah.
So I actually wanted 1 track. So in the comments, if you think it would have been better if it was just 1 big track,
A listening poll. A listening poll.
So,
Okay, so let's
Elsie.
address Elsie's comment here quickly. I don't do streaming. How else can I see it or hear it? I guess we're talking about
The
album.
compact disc. A great innovation from the late
can be
80s, early
purchased
90s.
at Connor's Music or online. Either
Yeah.
way, you can come here or at our shows.
Yep.
I don't know when our next show is though. That's good.
Sutton Parade.
Yeah, but
Fling-
That, yeah,
fling.
keep your head up.
We did it. Remember?
So-
We've done it.
The disc and
Yeah,
the
we
paper
did.
sleeve is
With
10
taxes in is $10.
$10.
Yeah.
And then if you
But
want
the best
the
way to
book,
experience it,
the whole album experience, the book and the disc, $45.
it's
Right.
like getting a traditional version of an old CD album book.
Better than.
Well, yeah,
It's
got-
almost like vinyl meets CD, new
Yes.
age idea that's old school.
yeah.
and the fun part about the photo book too is if you are a streamer. So Elsie's question was about not streaming it, but if you are going to stream it on Spotify or whatever, then this gives you that experience that you can have alongside the streaming platform. So
Yeah.
if you just buy the photo book, it will include a CD, but you don't. That can be
That
just
is now
decoration
a
in your
frisbee
photo
for
book.
the beach.
Yeah.
There is a page in the book that was for it says
Oh.
your photo here
Yeah.
as well. That on Saturday's show, if you got a photo taken with the band, we printed them instantly thanks to John's daughter Morgan. And so people who ordered the book can put their photo in the book where it says your photo here. But another cool idea that we were throwing out is if
Right.
you do buy the album
this is
book,
it.
if you do buy the album book and you didn't get to come to the concert on Saturday, we'd like you to put your own photo in there of a time when you maybe did see the Connors Brothers or your family listening to the Connors Brothers and make it your own.
I'll go
It's
I'll
ours,
go so
but
far.
it's yours and it's all of ours.
I'll go so far as to say if side stage you purchase this your photo book,
Oh yeah.
we will take a photo with you on your device and you can print that and paste that.
So,
in.
but if side stage is at the parade on Saturday, because we're playing the Sutton Santa Claus parade this Saturday, you have to wait till the
It's a
parade's
moving
over
crowd.
because it's
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be dangerous.
Quick comments I want to go back to and just point
Oh, yeah.
out to Peter Strider calling us legends. I want to say another legend, Peter. If you are looking for mortgage advice, I'd say reach out to Peter Strider.
you go.
Great guy. You can even do that in the comments because he does a great job. He's got some great insights there. Sadie Bunn had a great comment here about Mel's voice.
Thank you, Sadie.
We agree. Your voice
You're
is
the best,
amazing.
Sadie.
We let her hang
Blinking
around.
Morse code is also awesome.
They just had a performance on the past weekend.
Yes,
Sadie's
I
band.
heard about it.
Thank
So
you.
good job.
So Jim just put up a big heart there. Sandra says, beautiful. Thank you to Jim and Sandra. And Ross Jameson says, I checked out a few of the songs today on YouTube Music when I was working. Very impressive.
What's
I hope.
with the-
Well, he
funny
put that in
ears?
there.
Oh, I know.
John's
And-
quoting
and
the
you
quote.
did it.
So
like-
hopefully your boss isn't watching this.
This is a great opportunity to talk about the fact that there are multiple streaming platforms that this album is available on.
Yeah.
So YouTube Music, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music.
And I'm betting if you bought a new truck from Ross Jameson at the Dodge dealer, that it would probably have Apple CarPlay in it,
right,
and it would be on your streaming.
right. And or if you were to download the album on Bandcamp and put it on a USB drive, you could probably, a lot of those trucks come with
Yeah, right in the
Lovely USB
console. I
port.
bet you just
So-
stick that.
lots of great ways
So-
to do that.
Joe, this next comment you've got to address here. Okay. So it says, besides the fiddle, there's some serious spoons.
Ooh, okay. I love this.
So first of all, great ear.
Great ear.
Great ear.
So, and you know what's funny is I was hoping for the opportunity to talk about this, and this came up really well.
And it did.
So, a traditional instrument used on the east coast of Canada, among other places, are players that are using what are called bones, and it's quite literally two, I would say, like a deer or like a rib bone, maybe a pig rib bone. Our farmer here might give
It
us
wouldn't
more.
be a pig.
Okay,
Probably
so
deer.
cow, so larger
Don't
rib
let
bones
us go
Cow
into
rib.
it.
that are sculpted
They
in
can
a
be
way.
made out of wood too. We've got them in stock in wood.
No, not wood
Chicken
bones.
bone.
Chicken
Oh,
necks.
do they?
Yeah.
We have wood bones in stock?
Yeah.
Shut the front door.
Do you want me to go get them?
Yeah, let's go get them.
Okay, you keep talking.
I'll keep talking. So, a lot of East Coast players will play the bones, and they have a very distinct tone. They have a very distinct sound. I do not play the bones. We'll find out if I play the bones shortly. But I wanted to emulate the sound of traditional bones playing. And I had a Tycoon tempo block. So I used the tempo block with my drumsticks to recreate that feel.
And it
And
allows you
that's
to do it while grooving as a drummer. You don't have to
Shut
put
the
them down.
front door. Session bones from McBride's. When did these come in? So these are simulated wood bones. I have never
either
played these
available
before
in
in my
rosewood
life.
or ebony finish.
This is amazing. And you do it by clacking them together. So you have to get that like.
I didn't even know this. I thought they were just spoons.
No, these are bones, but these are wood
it's a
bones.
picture.
Yeah, and then
No harm. No animals were harmed in the making of these bones.
and you have to keep them loose enough that you can get those two tones.
I know in
I
some,
won't do a solo with these live with zero rehearsal.
some Celtic
Yeah.
bands try to get it in the more rock sense. They try and use the side of the snare, don't they? Or the
So-
side of a drum to get that click, but it's
Mel?
not as good.
Thank you for that segue. So halfway through the song, I actually switched from the tempo block to the die cast tube of my snare drum to create a different tone.
Oh, really?
I did.
I didn't.
So thank you for that.
no, I did know that, and that's why I brought
That's
it
why
up.
you brought it up.
And I'm in a
And
band and didn't notice.
I do have a set of Dory Dan spoons that I have played on stage live. The Pride of Newfoundland, Dory Dan. But yeah, so that's the story behind that. That went a lot further than I wanted.
we
but thank
we
you for
did
that, Diego.
record the drums for that track, and fiddle and piano and bass all in one take
at
right?
Yes.
Studio 9 in
at
Toronto.
Studio
Yeah.
9 in Toronto. So we have some photos in the photo book from Studio 9. It was kind of neat because
Oh, we got
Joe and Dave were in one isolation room with the drums and the bass. Then there was a control room, windows through, and then the piano room. So we could see each other, but Mel was in another isolation room.
To the side.
And so I couldn't, how did it work? I couldn't see you.
I couldn't see anybody when I was playing. I
Yeah.
could just like hear everybody.
Yeah.
But we could see you.
Yeah.
It's probably
Brr, brr,
better you
brr.
guys couldn't see me because I might have been a bit
Oh, I saw you.
joking around. What?
We
Yeah,
could
we
see
could see you.
Oh, I could.
Totally.
What the hell?
Yeah, when you were not happy in that moment.
Yeah. It was like,
Or when you accidentally hit the mic with your bow, and I'm like, "That's like a $10,000 mic, Mo."
skadoosh.
Thanks for telling on me
Oh,
to the people
Mo
who were
might-
there.
It's okay, that might burn down.
And that's the segment of that
Oh.
part of the story.
Oh god.
So, real quick, for anyone who wasn't at the live show, what happened was we finished recording everything that we wanted to at Studio 9. They sent us the tracks. We were so busy working at
it was
Connor's
Christmas
Music.
time.
Was it Chris? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was in December.
that long ago. And then we were panicked. So we were like, oh, we'll look at these next week. So we finally look at the tracks and I try and load them up and they show up as corrupt files. And I was like, oh, that's not good. I'm sure they got the files down there. We'll just call the, what was the engineer's name again? He was
Curtis.
Curtis. We'll just call Curtis. We'll get him to shoot the another draft up. So anyways, Curtis, we call him and he's like, you didn't hear? And we're like, what? He's like, the studio caught on fire and the control room burned down. And we're like, what? And he's like,
or something.
we're waiting for the insurance companies to process to let us back in to even see if we can try and recover the hard drives. Like, we don't even know. So then it was a few weeks later, we hear from Curtis and they were able to recover the files from the hard drives and they sent us the files and they all worked great. And we were able to save all the work from that day.
Yeah.
So Studio 9 were the bros.
This was a serious session day for us.
Super bros.
Okay, so let's we'll do a few more comments here and then get to the next track.
Yeah.
So we got you guys have a really cool vibe. Love it. We love the vibe we're getting from you guys too, right?
Absolutely.
And he says, Chico says, I'm definitely grabbing this album. You guys must make my feet move. Love your music. Awesome. And Tiago says amazing. I think it related
Yeah,
to
to
this.
the stories.
Okay, so next up is A Parent's Love.
You want to play the track and then we'll go into it more?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I'm just trying to read that from here.
Oh, so on Bandcamp, this is great. So he said, thanks. I got a kick out of that. Nobody fights like family. I learned that one the hard way.
Oh, that's
And,
awesome.
I said, we all do, Scott. we all learn it hard.
Thank you,
the hard way.
Scott.
And he went on to say, by the way, I'm sitting here enjoying some Canadian whiskey.
Oh, amazing.
It's cheap stuff. I have simple tastes.
Hey now.
It's no
Hey now, Texas.
no Jack Daniels.
Yeah, you're the pride of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels.
I think all families have problems. Whenever I hear somebody say we're like family here, I think Adams or Manson. So thanks for those comments there from
So
Scott in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yes. Tuned in.
Okay, and Gary says, sorry I was late. We'll watch the replay. Yeah, stay online with us now, Gary. We just got started. Really, we're taking our time going through the album,
Yeah.
and then you can, at the very end, go back and watch the beginning, because that way you can put your comments in and we can interact with you live. Okay. Okay. One more thing.
Like in the wrist.
One more thing in the next track. So Greg says those sticks are super cool. Never heard of them before. Can't wait to try them.
Coops.
Is that Coops? Oh, Coops. We got to do bones.
Joe's going to whip out his.
No, we're not going to bone. Careful, Mel. I saw you laugh and run away. We're not going to bone.
Okay, we're going to the
Bones.
next track. We're going to the next track. Here we go.
When you love so much it hurts, like a weight on your chest. Rest. Joy filling up your heart like the tide flowing from the bay, strong and wide. Hold her in your arms and don't let go. Pride stretching out ahead like a field, growing tall and strong. The weed will yield, nourishing your growth. You won't let go. When you love so much it hurts, like a weight on your chest. Rest. Fear rising in your mind, just like smoke, billows from a fire, burning flame. Hold her to your chest and don't let go. like a rain when it pours, falling from the sky. It makes you soar, fill your lungs with air and hold it so. When you love so much it hurts, like a weight on your chest. Rest, love, when you love, when you love, when you love, when you love.
All right.
All right, and we
So we're
are back.
Advertising on
And I figured out the double tap. So by the end of the night, my goal is to be able to play Bones. I've got the rest of this album.
Careful, Joe. You realize if by the end of the night you're playing Bones, by the end of the week you're teaching.
I'll have my
You'll
first,
have a Bones
my first
student.
Bones student.
Careful, guys. Okay, so Gary says, awesome. Just got home from the hospital today, so taking it easy. So hope you're taking it easy with us here, Gary.
Feel better,
And,
Gary.
and glad you're home.
I'm glad you're home.
That was a parent. Oh, you were reading comments.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Andrew, cousin Andy, says great work. So
Yeah.
glad we got some blood relatives on the.
Yeah.
We're thinking of everyone as family here
Well-
with the family album experience, but
And on that note, on that side of the family, cousin Mitch was able to perform with us at the show.
yeah, I don't know if you got a
Saturday.
chance to tell you, Andy,
Yeah,
but yeah, he
jumped
came out,
up, got the harmonica.
played the harmonica with us. Yeah. And then Tiago, this is deep and emotional. So yeah, let me talk about that a little bit.
I'll stop. I'll stop boning. Continue.
Oh,
Well, if you want to be a parent, the first thing you have to do, right? But once you do become a parent, it becomes apparent to you that you're deeply in love with your children, a love that's many people call indescribable, and alongside that massive love is a massive fear, because you just love your kids so much, you want to make sure they're all good. So I was telling Morgan, Tiago says this is deep and emotional. My oldest daughter Morgan and I were driving, and I played the song for her before we released the album. And I told her I really thought about when she was little, and if she was playing, and I'd be worried if she'd trip and fall. And I know Joe can relate to this so directly right now, because his daughter Charlie is that age right now, right? And of course, your little guys
I
running
send them
around.
out to the field.
Yeah.
I say run around and
Yeah,
don't hit each other with sticks.
right. So
That's a little
So-
different.
you have to quell your fears with deep breathing. So that's what the rest line always, when I say rest, it just take a deep breath, love your kids, because if you impart your fear on them, that won't be good either. But you want to just be there and support them. And so it was an emotional song. And I shared with Morgan too another little story that I didn't talk about at the album release, but when she wanted to go to school in Thunder Bay, so I flew up there with her. We had a rental car. We drove around, did all the stuff we needed to do, and then we were at the campus. And she said, "Well, I think that's it, Dad, and you got to go catch your flight." So I said, "Well, I could drive you over to the dorm room or whatever." And she said, "No, I can walk. It's just over there." And I said, "So this is it then?" And we gave each other a big hug, and I got in the car and just driving away and leaving her in Thunder Bay to go to school. And how old was she, hon?
18.
18. That's my wife, Kim, there. And so we, it was just me, because Kim was home with the other kids. So I got in the car and started driving to the airport, and just tears streaming down my face. Just a wild feeling. So again, a parent's love is not just about the love, but also the fear of anything happening to your kids. So but Sandra says great job singing, Dimples.
Oh, the dimples.
So
Do they
which is
still have
great
that
that you
tape?
could pick out that it was me, because I had somebody come into the store and they said, "Oh, great album." I guess Joe, he sings most of the songs, eh?
Aw.
Yeah, I was like, he does sing. He sings like half of them.
Like on this one, I think it's actually very evenly divided.
Yeah, we got
Which
Mel
is-
singing on what Fiddle and Me, and then Antrim Plateau,
Your fiddle sings lead on
and then
the
your
other one.
fiddle
Right.
sings lead
yeah,
on
that's
too.
what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
yeah.
Instrumentals.
and then Joe sings lead on. We all sing on Antrim Plateau. You sing lead on Nobody Fights Like Family, Early Days, Jesus in My Closet, Tragedy in Summer, right?
Yeah.
And then I've got vocal lead. We all do on Antrim Plateau, Parents Love, The Waiting Room, and that's that. So you're maybe one more track than me.
I wasn't counting.
Well, I was just counting to address that. So anyway,
That took a lot of
thank you,
math.
Sandra,
It
for
did.
noticing
I had to take off the socks.
that was
Start
me
counting.
singing. Gary says
Your 1 more than
amazing.
5.
Counting it.
And thank you. And then Chico's Woodcraft says kind of touched my heart.
Oh, nice.
It's nice.
Thank you, Chico.
Yeah. All right.
On that note of us fighting over who's going to have the most tracks or who doesn't, this next song.
And if we wanted to get like really down to the nitty gritties, Joe has the melody and Nobody Fights Like Family, but the harmony is mixed parallel, and we both sing the melody and the chorus together.
Yeah.
So really, this one's a half and half, like a Black and Tans, right? Like just
I
like
love it.
half.
I
and
know
half.
what you
Yeah.
meant.
All right, fine. Okay. All right, so we're gonna share this next song called "Nobody Fights Like
It's
Family."
more like half milk, half cream.
Okay, stop it.
You say the things you'd never say with passion that won't go away. Thoughts we share behind closed doors. Safe within our home, there is so much more. We'll sing the songs we'd never sing. For fear the melody won't ring. We sung outside our four safe walls. No harmony to mean it, it would surely fall. Wouldn't have it any other way. This love is surely here to stay. Nobody fights like family. You share a space you'd never share with someone who's just weather flare, getting in each other's way. Collisions that occur every single day. We remove the masks we often wear, exposing all our wear and tear, showing all our wounds and scars. Knowing in this life you just won't get far if you had it any other way. Love is surely meant to stay. Nobody fights like family. Wouldn't have it any other way. This love is surely here to stay. Nobody fights like family.
All right. Nobody fights like family. The Connors brothers.
All right.
Yeah, what to
so-
say about that? Like, it was nice to have a nice up-tempo song in the middle of the album.
Yeah.
It was time for that, I think.
There was no
Yeah.
fight about adding it to the album. That was good.
Yeah.
Every time we'd play it, your mom would be like, "What are you guys saying in this? You need to print out these lyrics."
Yeah.
So, and
never
a
did.
pin test to make sure that nobody's like, we're not actually fighting. The point is that
And if you need the lyrics, you can find them in the photo book, but you can also find them on Bandcamp. Right? I don't
And
know.
on the
yeah.
streaming platforms, we
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
upload
they
them,
include the
so they're out
That's
there.
good.
yeah.
oh yeah.
Sorry. We're reading the comment side screen and not sharing it and then reacting. That's wrong. So we got to look at it and be like, okay, let's put it in there. All right. Go ahead, Joe.
So Can't wait to hear you guys tell the story behind Jesus in My Closet. One of my favorite memories from the Songwriters Retreat. I made a lot of friends there, all with a common love of music. Thank you, Connor's family. Now, so we'll get to Jesus in My Closet in a little bit.
Just
But
3
Greg,
tracks away.
I want you to hold that thought, and I will go back in depth and then talk about Jesus in My Closet. It'll be
He
there
loves
shortly.
telling this story.
I love it so much. Nobody fights like family. One thing I pointed out, I think we touched on it briefly, the idea that when you write somebody else to sing a melody,
Right.
that can always be a little interesting. So
That
you
was
wrote
interesting.
a melody for me to sing,
Is that
and
the
for you to
first
write
time
a tight harmony.
for our band?
Antrim Plateau.
That you intentionally wrote one as lead harmony, not like everybody gets a thing.
Yeah.
Because that was semi-forced.
so-
You're like, you have to sing this verse.
And it was, so Antrim Plateau, you wrote 4 polyphonic phrases to be sung concurrently.
Yeah. So Nobody Fights Like Family, I wrote for harmonic phrases.
Yeah.
So like the harmony and melody were written at the same time.
And
But I mean, you wrote it with the intent for Joe to sing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I
It's an
wanted
interesting
Joe's
thing.
I wanted Joe's voice
Like,
in
you
that
should.
range.
Can you harness that energy and write a song for Ed Sheeran? And then maybe we can make some really good money.
or writing for you to sing, we'll pretend you're Ed Sheeran. You just have to trim back the beard a little.
I tried to sing an Ed Sheeran song. That range is like up here. Like,
Chico says, "Wow, awesome."
Okay, wait. I just want to point out for a sec. By the end of this listening experience,
Joe will be dead.
I'm
But
not-
before he's dead,
I-
he's gonna have done this because he's doing it right
he
beside.
could be in the movie Coco.
I'm
Castanets? No, the bone.
I'm
So-
playing the bones.
This is kind of fun. So Gary, we know he missed the beginning of this, right? Because he was on the way back from the hospital. He said, "Write a song for Dave to sing." So Gary, when you go back to the replay, the very first song on the album is called Antrim Plateau, and I wrote a verse for Dave to sing
He's got
lead
a
vocal
solo.
on, and it's his debut lead vocal part. And when he played it at the album release, it was the first epic moment of the night when he did it, and I got to say Dave's lead vocal debut, and people went nuts.
They did. I
Hey?
was shocked.
Oh,
Fair and
You were still in like
Freak out mode
Freak out
for
Joe
him.
could sing.
No, you sing it better
Look, you
than I do.
just do
If
it.
we had had the lead singer
Sinatra
on,
no,
over
but
here.
that
focus.
No, you gotta do it the way you do it. It's
So, but maybe a full song is on the horizon. You never know. Hey, you never know.
don't
We'll
don't
contemplate
count it
that.
out.
Remember
Right.
this, nobody fights like family.
And he says amazing.
Right.
Can't wait to
All right.
obviously to go back. Okay.
How about we jump into our next song?
Okay.
That's Early Days.
Early Days.
And I'll
Did
point
we
out.
play Nobody Fights Like Family?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So,
I didn't know if we were
Early
talking
Days.
about it to play it, or we talked about it that it played.
No.
This
Talking
is
too
early
much.
days.
really the
We're
big
talking too much.
cover song. So I'm going to credit Old Man Ledecky as you listen to this, and then we'll discuss more afterwards. So
Here we go.
Early Days.
I was standing out at Stanfield. I had to go away. Saw a brand new baby and her mother's face. I knew that it was over, all those early days. Our babies on our babies will never be the same. Shopping cart full of toddlers at the superstore. They were eating goldfish, asking for more. An old man lined up behind us, and he shook his head. The kids were strangely quiet. I heard him when he said, "You got to hold on. It goes so fast. These early days, well, they don't last. You've got to enjoy them. They go so fast. The baby days, well, they don't last. Look forward to the evening when the monkeys go to bed. Then we talk all night about them. We feel half dead. We used to be too tired to eat in, but it's a total crapshoot to eat out. You got to hold on. It goes so fast. These early days, well, they don't last. You've got to enjoy them. They go so fast. The baby days, well, they don't last. Oh, you're getting rid of diapers that you washed every night, and we're saving up for date night so we can have a fight. Well, if it's quiet for a moment, oh, you better run upstairs, 'cause the toothpaste in the bathroom is redefining everywhere. You got to hold on. It goes so fast. These early days, well, they don't last. You've got to enjoy them. They go so fast. The baby days, well, they don't last. Oh, I like the way you talk now. Well, you talk like me. All the funny things you say in real good company. Oh, the odds are strong and crazy, and her love profound. You make her messy house feel like holy ground. You've got to hold on. It goes so fast. These early days, well, they don't last. You've got to enjoy them. They go so fast. The baby days, well, they don't last. Shopping cart full of toddlers at the superstore. They were eating goldfish, asking for more. An old man lined up behind us, and he shook his head. The kids were strangely quiet. I heard him when he said,
and then Greg
What,
was
the
so-
overtime?
last
They
night
called
the
back the
overtime.
shootout goal?
Are
Yeah.
we live?
We
I
are.
didn't know that.
Do you not watch?
They won last night?
Yes.
I watched it, but when the goal
They
went in,
pulled-
I hit
No,
stop,
they
and I was
pulled the
like,
goal
oh,
back.
and I
They
went to
reviewed
bed.
it, and because the guy touched his pad
And I
twice.
deleted it too, so I can't even watch
So
it.
that
Go
was
on
early
Twitter.
days
Go
from
on
our
your
album.
Twitter. Go on your
I'm
Twitter.
going to point out, Dave, you want to grab the photo book for a sec?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong but
So,
talking about hockey.
early
Yeah, we were
days
just talking about the
it-
Leafs.
Best,
So-
way to listen to our music.
Okay, so Gary says,
I'm going to confirm this information.
awesome song.
What, you didn't watch it either? What's
No.
wrong with you people? I was working and I
So what are you
still watched the
confirming?
other game.
Oh, I just
Score.
wanted to point out with the early days,
Yeah.
I'm going to hold this up carefully to the camera.
Yeah, it glares up pretty good.
There you go.
Baby.
So that photo right there is of my daughter, Charlotte, on my Canadian-made Pride of Newfoundland Garrison guitar. It's like I'm almost more enamored with the
Who
guitar.
got
What
the
I'm
gold?
doing,
Sorry.
describing. That's okay. So anyway, I wanted to point out that inspiration for that song. I had known the song for about a decade or more.
I found it already. Sorry.
We're trying to have this nice emotional moment.
Nice
Told
emotional
ya.
moment.
Boom.
Okay, everyone. All right, let's
Stay on target.
You've been clicking those things in my face, and now you want me.
We're
Okay.
gonna have to go back
Anyway.
to Nobody Fights Like Family.
Yeah, nobody fights like family.
This is
Again.
what it's like being on tour with the brothers.
Yeah. So anyway, early days. It was inspired by my journey into being a dad, and absolutely rediscovering that song by Old Man Ledecky. And I said, I need to record it. And there we go.
It fit perfectly with the album motif.
Speaking of that motif, our next song, dealing with, unless you've got some really good comments.
Well, one I wanted to add, and then we got to bring up a comment. So when it hits the verse about like you talk like, hold on, Dave. Okay, you talk like me, and all the funny things you say. I think about you and Charlie like so much. She like that one's like
she's
big
an
time
riot when
She's
she comes out.
hilarious.
And then I was in the car with my daughter Felicity on the way to a hockey game, and she's got some great one-liners too. So I told her, like, although I think about Uncle Joey and his daughter Charlie when we hit that verse, I said this really fits you right now too. So it's a really neat, even though she's a little older now, she's 12, almost an adult, really.
Right.
But it's
Driver's license soon.
so not only enjoy, like, if we could impart some wisdom and some advice from parents of children of all ages, it's not just enjoy them when they're young. It's just to enjoy being a parent at whatever age your kids are at. Right?
Yeah.
Enjoy the experience.
Not just the early days.
Not just the early days, but every moment has so much joy in it if you look for it. So enjoy those moments at those times.
Like even so much mom and dad's face at the show on Saturday.
Oh yeah. I asked mom and she was filled with joy.
Yeah.
So yes, exactly. And I have so much fun with my adult kids. But yes, when they're little, they're only little for such a short time. Yeah, it goes by so fast.
That brings me to I performed with my son Henry on Saturday night. He got up and sang
He was so
with us.
great.
If anybody was there Saturday and has a video of it, can they please send it to me? Because I would love to have
We don't
that.
have any?
No, that was
No, that'd
way
be after.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was after, right?
Yeah, it was after
Yeah.
near the
So
end
for
of the
anyone who
night.
was at the show but didn't stick around, after the meet and greet session, we got up and did an all request hour and got rowdy. So
With Henry.
with Henry singing,
So before we do the next song, this comment.
Mr.
Stephen Pepper. Hello from Ireland.
Hey, buddy.
Slow clapping, Stephen Pepper.
What time is it in Ireland right now?
Isn't that what you should do?
Like I know, it'd be like
It would be really late, wouldn't it?
or really early.
Like 1 in the morning? No, I don't know. What time is it?
He's not answering right now.
Pepper, what time is it in Ireland?
Yeah,
By?
we'll wait for you to answer.
Ireland
We'll read in the comments.
right now.
Get me a Guinness.
3:29 a.m. What are you doing
Go
up?
to bed.
Holy
What
crap.
about-
That's gonna.
It's 3:30
He
a.m.
just runs.
What is he saying?
It's 3:30 in the morning.
We look
Dude,
at-
are you working a night shift? Like, what the heck?
Well, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, that's good.
I was excited to go later because I know we got some friends out on the West Coast,
Right.
but they haven't tuned in yet.
The West Coast hasn't, but
Or at least
Ireland
haven't
has.
commented. So thanks, Stephen.
Old man wake up moment. I have to go pee. Post that.
I did.
That's
Yeah,
awesome,
You know,
Pepper.
that's this is like a family moment right now. You don't share these kind of intimate
No, this is
moments
bro
if
fam.
you're not family, right?
Yeah.
And just to share with other people.
Oh shit. He's
He's
got to
up
get
for
up
work
early
at
too.
6:15
Jeez
a.m.
Louise.
And so when we did go over to Ireland, Stephen was a great host while we were in Dublin, and hooked us up with performing on Grafton Street.
That was
And I was wearing this shirt.
You were wearing that shirt. It's on YouTube. You can
Yeah.
check it out because our West Coast friend posted.
Yeah.
But hasn't tuned in yet.
Brought us right over there. So there we go.
No, but
Okay,
posted the
so we
video.
want to do the next song, right?
We do.
Okay, so this one, quick cue up. We had released before. We did it as a fundraiser. The song was written about the experience of being in the waiting room at the hospital while my son was going through surgery. It was a very scary time for us. And so he's healthy and happy. He's an active, athletic young man, and all is great. That's not included in the song because this song was just about this time and what he was going through. He had
This
Hirschsprung
young guy
syndrome
here.
and had to
This
have
guy.
a little bit of his colon removed, and at one point had a colostomy. So it was quite a time. But yeah, even then he was such a happy baby.
The
eh?
smile on his face
You know,
in that picture.
like it was baffling everything he was going through. And
yeah.
anyway, but it was tough time for Kim and I. So this song is about that. So we're gonna share that with you now. Here we go.
on your shoulders, wanting to share it. Uncomfortable feelings crawling inside you, wanting to shake it off, and can't wait to walk it off. And then just one tear rolls down her cheek. And then just one fear stops him from speaking. Sighing a deep sigh, crying a deep cry, the anticipation, repeat consternation, looking around you, someone has found you. She thinks she's judging, and he thinks it's pity. And then just one tear rolls down her cheek. And then just one fear stops him from speaking. Feeling the silence blocks out the violence. Warm drinks in your dry hands, soap smell in your nostrils, sleep's pull on your eyelids, pain's hand on your backbone, crossing your ankles, then crossing yourself with faith. And then just one fear rolls down her cheek. And then just one tear stops him from speaking.
So Gary had said this says special meeting, and then he shared these emojis here.
Thank you for those emojis.
And it was pretty touching when this came out. A lot of people reaching out and saying that they had, you know, anytime, and not just for your kids, but anytime you're waiting for somebody through surgery, you know, that's a stressful and scary time, right? So I think I'm going to say that if it's your child, it's probably ramps it up
Elevated
a notch, but no, for anyone. So, and Gary, I think has that experience.
Just coming home. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, prior to this with,
Yes.
yeah. So, and he says my all-time favorite Connors Brothers song. So thank you for that. And at our album release, I actually had a couple come up to me and said that they had a relative who had not just the surgery, but Hirschsprung syndrome, like
Oh wow.
the actual same syndrome.
Wow.
So the foundation that we reached out to support through our fundraising of the song was called Reach. So it's just REACH. They're based out of Winnipeg, and they support families who are going through that, because it's not a super common malformation, let's call it. So,
Ailment.
Next song is Jesus in My Closet.
yeah, so you want to tell a big story about that, but before you want to plug the
Yeah, let's talk about the Woodville Drive.
Let's talk about the Woodville Drive. I'm head of the any Woodvillians out there, or City of Kawartha Lakes.
Or just anyone with a big heart.
Yep. I'm in charge of thank you guys for letting me do this. I'm in charge of the toy drive for the Woodville Eldon Food Bank, and we supply Christmas hampers. The door.
Yeah.
Channel's going.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Anyways, we provide Christmas hampers to families in need where parents can
It's all good.
fill out a form, and we can help them make it the best Christmas that we can for their children at home. And we provide toiletries. We sometimes winter clothing, socks, specific clothes, toys, of course, and we have kids of all ages. So if you're interested in donating, there's a couple ways that you can. We do accept cash donations to purchase specific toys that kids have asked for. Or you can donate a new unwrapped toy, and you can drop it off to Harrigan's Music in Woodville or at Jackson's Water at 554 Woodville Road. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm thankful for every little bit that anybody can give, and if you can give, it's greatly appreciated. So thank you.
And they can grab you up on Facebook, probably.
Yeah, find me on Facebook. Yeah, and if you
Melissa
message
Harrigan.
Under Mel Harrigan.
Mel Harrigan.
And if you want to even message, I'm sure the band page, the guys will make sure that I get the message, and I'll reach out. But just give me an email or a phone number where you can be reached, and I'll make sure I get back to you.
info@theconnorsbrothers.com.
You would think it was gold, which it
It
is.
is.
Sorry, you're going to tell me that. I knew right when it.
So
And the top's gold.
I will go into the details of this next song after we listen to it. But Greg Cooper, your time has come. We are listening to Jesus in My Closet.
I checked in to my hotel room, put away my clothes, though I'm leaving soon. Opened up the door when I was unpacked. They were just sitting there staring right back. I found Jesus in my closet. I found Mary on my shelf. Didn't know that they were in there. Thought I was just by myself. Will I find heaven or will I find hell? Guess it's only time will tell. I found Jesus in my closet. I found Mary on my shelf. I guess it was about then I started meditating. It got me wondering if I was loving or hating. That's when I thought that I should just smile, 'cause moments like this happen only once in a while. I found Jesus in my closet. I found Mary on my shelf. Didn't know that they were in there. Thought I was just by myself. Will I find heaven or will I find hell? Guess it's only time will tell. I found Jesus in my closet. I found Mary on my shelf. Could have been a baby Jesus, or maybe one of the risen Lord. Instead I found a crucified Jesus sitting on the closet floor. found Jesus in my closet. I found Mary on my shelf. I left the next day feeling kinda uplifted. In a strange sort of way, my soul had been gifted. In the end, I thought it was best to leave them there for the very next guest. I found Jesus in the closet. I found Mary on my shelf. Didn't know that they were in there. Thought I was just by myself. Will I find heaven or will I find hell? Guess it's only time will tell. I found Jesus in the closet. I found Mary on my shelf. I found Jesus in my closet. I found Mary on my shelf. Didn't know that they were in there. I thought I was just by myself. Will I find heaven or will I find hell? Guess it's only time will tell. I found Jesus in the closet. I found Mary on my shelf.
Photo book time. So that was Jesus in My Closet, off of the family album, Connors Brothers. Jesus in My Closet radio edit. At the end of the lyric page in our photo book, it is a dedication. It says dedicated to my songwriting retreat crew. So that goes out to everybody who was in the songwriting retreat crew. I'm putting my finger at it. I'm trying to make sure I don't get too much glare. Anyway, you may or may not be able to read that. It's right above the photo of me with my Alan Doyle hair on stage, circa like 12 years ago, 13 years ago.
This book makes me feel like we're published. You know, like we're published
Yeah,
authors.
yeah.
I do feel like that.
Yeah.
It makes me want to make another one too. It's like, oh, this is a nice.
It's fun doing it, but
Yeah.
it's like the work leading up to it, right? So Jesus in My Closet, I was running a songwriting retreat event at Mary Home here in Georgina, in Jackson's Point. It is a retreat center that is it is available for interfaith, all faiths, any spiritual retreat circumstance. And so I was able to book it and rent it for my songwriting retreat. And one of the couples who was participating, Richard and Dana, that's R&D Bees and Trees if you're looking for honey. Their room, when they went to go put their luggage away, the closet had a very large statue of Jesus I would say, like there are statues of Jesus on the cross that are risen, and some that are in different states. This was a very
like crucified, but
very
shown
crucified.
modestly.
No, this
And
was
then there's like fully
This
crucified.
is a more graphic.
realistic
Yeah.
depiction.
Yeah. So anyway, and then there was as well a statue of Mary on the shelf. So as a result, it was that this is
The
a
scene
very
wrote itself.
yeah. The scene wrote itself, and the comment was made. Somebody should write a song about this. Cousin Mitch had his harmonica, and the rest became Jesus in My Closet. A very true story.
So Kathy says, "Woohoo! One of my favorites."
And glad to have the ability to share this song after its journey. So thanks again to my songwriting retreat crew for helping me inspire the moment.
And I wanted to thank Kathy for purchasing the album on Bandcamp.
Hey, nice. Thank you for that, Kathy.
Greg says, "Awesome."
Greg Cooper, you were one of those guys. That dedication is for you.
Dan says, "Love the song."
For stats, people, can I throw a few stats out real quick?
Let me
Yes,
do
do
one
it.
more comment.
Okay.
Tiago says, "Finding a Jesus in the closet would scare the Jesus out of me."
Yeah.
The bejesus out of me.
I love it.
All right, Dave, you've got some stats.
So since you were at that songwriters retreat, we've been on a steady incline as far as stats go. And this last year resulted in stats from just Spotify looking such as 2.5 thousand streams in the last year, 405 different listeners, 121 hours of listened content in 36 countries around the world. So the album, that's maple flavored. That's not the new album. But we want to get the word out there and we want to share it with everyone. And we landed on 48 different playlists, and there was 101 saves, and we were in the top 5 for 5 people. So 5 people in the world that listen on Spotify selected us as their top 5 artists.
Fun.
Cool.
So there's the stats from Spotify for the last year, and we're hoping to keep that steady incline going.
And I think a lot of people got their Spotify Unwrapped. Is that what that is?
That's what it is. Yeah, that's the
But
unwrapped.
listeners got theirs as well, right?
Yes.
So that means that if we released our album on the day of Unwrapped, that next year's Unwrapped will have a full 365 days
That is a very good
of
point.
data to look at. So on the anniversary of
Next
the
year
album
we
release.
should do an unwrapping video,
right?
an unboxing video.
We can't promise a new album in 1 year, but we can promise
think we
an
should
anniversary
try.
live stream. Well, we got some ideas.
I have a whole album written of grooves.
Okay, well,
We need-
save all that. Save
We
all
need
that.
time to change.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're you know what? While John's looking
Okay,
for
there
those
we go, there
comments.
we go.
Oh, you're good.
So we got a congrats.
So one way.
Everything buffered for a second.
Oh, okay. So real quick, one way that we can be not on the digital world, but in the real world, we are thinking
Yes.
of putting together a package that would be the Connors Brothers at your home experience, performing the album, plus encore moment where you could all request hour.
Yeah.
We'll call it all request hour. So it's the album plus all request hour for a flat rate.
Mal, your
We're
your
working
mind
out,
went to the gutter
we're
there,
working out
Mal.
some numbers.
No, it's Dave's movement.
Dave,
He went,
But I keep going
he
backwards.
got his
The-
hip
the-
into it. I don't know how he did that because he was sitting.
Yeah, but okay, so we're thinking of a package price. We're working on the numbers, we're working on the logistics. But if you're interested, reach out to us now. Say, I would love you for a house party. We don't care how many people you invite. If you get everyone
Pack
to
the
chip
house.
in, or if you pay for it yourself, the
if
host
you want
will
a
get
living room acoustic experience, or if you want us to bring a little bit of sound,
the host will get a book, signed book, with a photo for the photo. We can do photo ops for people who want the books at your house party, and this way you can experience the new album uncompressed in the most hi-fi best experience possible, which is
Live.
live.
there you go.
Oh, God, God.
So Gary says we shall talk about a beach party.
Start.
So that's also
Yeah.
very cool.
Absolutely. The beach party, the Miami beach party is a big, good party, and you watch your eyes for that. Keep your eyes open for that in the summer.
Next tune.
Yeah, next June.
All right, here we go.
Okay, question. Could somebody emulate the fiddle part with their voice?
Not me.
What? Like.
So we do like a kitchen party. You don't
We have a bones player now.
Pay extra and he won't bring them.
Who wants to
And-
hire Joe to play bones for your Christmas
No.
party?
I
Now,
love it.
the joy
I
of
love
the
it.
positivity.
But just
Well,
in
it's
case they
ear all
don't.
night. I'm gonna go to bed tonight
So-
going click clack, click clack.
So
click,
talking
clack.
about positivity, Gary says awesome.
Thank
Well.
you, Gary. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And I want to tell a little story from the beginning of the track. So, like Mel wrote this amazing melody, and I said it'd be kind of fun to play the melody on the piano first, and then have the fiddle take it, right?
Yes.
And but she plays really fast, and faster than I play on the piano most times. So I was like, oh, okay. And I practiced quite a bit, more than I practiced other stuff in a while. And so we're hitting the studio, and again, we're trying to do bass, drums, fiddle, and piano all at the same time. So we got to get one take where nobody messes up. Right? That's
Yeah.
the challenge, right? When you want to do a bed track like that with multiple instruments. The beauty of it is you have this, I think, really strong foundation to do all your overdubs after. So it's a format that I think we've all come to really love for recording. And Studio 9 allowed us to build that bed track there. And then we did a lot of the overdubs after here at Connor's Music. So, but that intro, again, really fast, a lot of notes. And so I got it. And then when we started playing and we made a mistake, right? And then when we went back, I couldn't get the intro. I kept messing it up. And I said to the engineer, thank you for your patience, Curtis. And I played the chord. I kind of, okay, let's. And I said into the mic, hey guys, please, I'm going to get it this time. Don't mess up. Because once I get the intro, we want to get all the way through the take without a mess up. And all three of them nailed it.
It's
I
hard
nailed it
though,
every
'cause
take, but
once
What's
you
that?
have that pressure, especially getting going, because then after like just that thought of like trying to get a running start at it starts to like, I swear to God, like affect the muscles in your fingers. It's just like you get like,
Well,
oh
you
my gosh,
tighten,
oh my god,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
if you tighten, it's harder. I was talking to somebody about that today. You need to like somehow stay loose, but with that attention, right?
And it's even more tension because there's four of us trying to record at the same time. So if one of us gets a really good take and one of us screws up, we feel even worse. So it's like more tension builds and builds and builds. And yeah, it ended up turning out great.
there's a jazz artist. I'm trying to think. of it.
Thelonious Monk.
No.
I thought it's always
I
Thelonious.
wish
Yes.
I should have
He's
his
good.
name on the tip of my tongue right now, but it's eluding me at this moment. I'll think of it. But he said if you don't get it in, I think it was 3 takes, you're not going to get it. So you get to the band. He's like, you got 3 takes. Get it or we're done, right?
In the studio.
Yeah, and like, oh, just one. Nope, 3. That's it.
Oh,
Interesting.
Because it was like 1 to break the ice and 2 tries to get it right.
So I'm glad you guys didn't say that to me because I think
And
I
so
took
there's
6 takes.
his album has mistakes on it. It was
Yeah.
like you're not going to get it better.
Oh,
than
he
you're
doesn't
gonna-
kick them out.
No, he's like you're not going to get it better than this. Like you got 3
Right.
tries.
See, I don't like that.
Yeah, different era too. Like you, like that.
And
was
different style too.
And
Jazz, you can make mistakes.
You
and
paid
it
per
sounds
hour
right.
in the studio. Then.
Yeah. Well, we were too. That was the other part.
Well,
And we went in with a very ambitious list of what we wanted to accomplish.
yeah, they're
right?
like
So-
for this amount of time was it 4 hours? For a 4-hour session, we usually do 1 to 3 songs. We're like, we're doing a whole album.
yeah.
They're like, okay. And then it took them an hour to get everything mic'd. We're like,
The best way
okay, boys, let's go. 3 hours.
the best way to
Boom.
describe why is like how many kids we all have combined.
Yeah.
That pretty much is why we had one
How
trip
many
to
is it?
Toronto to
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15.
That we know of. Oh, just joking. Okay. We got a great comment here. The Western University Wind Ensemble recorded a CD, super nerve-wracking. hearing take number 80 is exhausting for the body and mind.
Oh
I'm
My
slow clapping
gosh.
that. I'm slow clapping that.
Yeah, that would be
That would be,
insane.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
And Thelonious Monk says
And
3.
a
No.
future
Keep
Connors
going.
Brothers
Give me a sec.
project with a clarinet featured.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Danielle, if we need a clarinet, you're our go-to.
So make sure you keep practicing. And Ross says, you guys have the chemistry to make it right.
Make sure you keep practicing. She's really good.
No,
Like,
she's insanely good, but you got to keep playing. You got to maintain your embouchure.
to play with Joe
Yeah,
Connors,
but
the
it
Bones
sounds like
player.
we're saying that, like, you better practice with us.
Yeah.
No, we did not
I
mean
just,
that at all.
yeah. You guys have the chemistry to make it right.
Aw.
So, thank you for that.
I don't know.
And Danielle says, done. LOL. I will start now. That's awesome.
We have this going up on YouTube, so we have written consent.
Yes,
Written
that's
proof.
right, written proof.
That'll
here.
stay.
Okay, so we should get to the next track here.
Yes, we should.
You want to talk about it after again, or you want to cue it up a little
Try
bit
to.
first?
Oh,
I'm going to think it was Miles Davis.
Okay,
that's cool.
Then I'm done.
Okay.
Moving on.
Miles Davis. Let's listen
that's
to
probably who you
Tragedy
talked about
by
earlier.
the Connors Brothers. This is off the family album. Coming your way now.
Life's random gamble, the roll of the dice leaves one life full of virtue, the other only vice. I've been so blessed in a world that's unfair. Add her pain to mine, Lord, I have strength to share. If I could sing you a song that could take away the pain and replace it with laughter and joy again, I would. There's no such melody, so together we'll face your tragedy. If only I could restore faith, hope, and love in family and in friends and in God above. I'd sing you my song, I would sing it every day. But since that won't matter, I'll just kneel down and pray. If I could sing you a song that could take away the pain and replace it with laughter and joy again, well, I would. But there's no such melody, so together we'll face your tragedy. If I could sing you a song that could take away the pain and replace it with laughter and joy again, well, I would. But there's no such melody, So together we'll face your tragedy. If I could sing you a song that could take away the pain and replace it with laughter and joy again, well, I would. But there's no such melody. So together we'll face your tragedy.
That was Tragedy by the Connors Brothers. An original composition.
This is all day
Sean
jazz
Lemieux
with
says
Davis.
awesome album.
Hey, thank you, Sean.
Hey, Jean.
So, Tragedy was written many moons ago. I had a student of mine who was orphaned. And as a music instructor, you know, you connect with your students, not just over music, but, you know, in life in general. And that was a really hard thing. And trying to find the words to sum up to say, like, you know, things will get better. Hang in there, kitty. That just seems so cliche and so hard. So I said, you know, I don't know what I can offer you, but I want to offer you my support, my, you know, thoughts and prayers. But that seems weak when you say that in person to somebody. So I just made it a point to just listen, as, you know, and offer whatever I could in whatever capacity I could. And that song very shortly thereafter tumbled out one night. It was like, this song just needs to be written, and we took it from there. So
Tiago says raw and powerful.
Thank you, Tiago.
It gives me goosebumps when we play it.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not a song like we've had it
Haunting.
in our repertoire for a long time, but we seldom play it because it's not something that you know, it's not something you'd share at the
Well,
pubs
the night
for
that
St.
Patty
Patrick's
Murphy
Day.
died,
Right, you're-
tragedy. It's like, oh no.
It'd be wonderful at festival like folk festivals,
Songwriting
which
moments.
we'd love to participate in the summer. So
Yeah. So
call us.
yeah, if you're watching. Yeah, so
I know
definitely.
they are.
Send us a DM.
So queuing up the next song. This was
He's got
kind
the
of
COVID-19. He's got the COVID-19.
so
No, it's a chip.
it's choking on a chip.
tortilla.
He's got the
why
chip.
it's- That's why it's funny. You guys
He's-
are all eating these chips.
He's
and
got
you're
the
all
chip 23.
Brought to you in part by K Pasa.
Okay, pasta needs a
Chip
moisturizer.
dash
cough
23.
enabling chips.
Crunchy corn chip.
Okay, guys.
Smooth.
So
He's
this next song,
got the COVID.
again, talking about songs that have been in the repertoire for a long time, is we think about 20 years old in the Connors Brothers repertoire. We released it as a single in 2019, summer of 2019. We recorded it. It's sort of funny timeline stuff. So we booked a session to record the piano track of The Waiting Room, and we already had the plan to do the fundraiser with it. And that was our first session at Studio 9 in Toronto. And we had the 4-hour session. We finished Waiting Room, and it was Dave and Connor Bowden, who we haven't mentioned yet, who played drums
Yeah, 'cause
on The
Gary
Waiting
just-
Room, and he also played drums
Here.
on this next track.
Gary just asked a question. Did Connor?
Oh, did he do remote work? Okay.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
so to answer, it's funny. I
Yeah,
didn't even see that. Yeah.
It's like we're still Connecticut.
Yeah. We're like right in tune, Gary.
Okay, we put him in the book.
Yeah. So Connor did not do remote work on this album, but he had already tracked the drums on The Waiting Room and on this next song, which is Summer.
He did do remote work for Canada's King, but not
Well,
on
yeah,
the
but
album.
not on the song. But you're right. He
And
did
that
do
was
that.
for, yeah, Rogers.
Yes.
Yes.
Which was very
Rogers
cool.
TV.
So we wanted to include Connor Bowden in the package. We invited him to join us tonight, but I didn't send him a link. And you should text him, see if he's up still.
He's probably running a big
okay.
concert.
So, and Gary says, okay, cool. So we're down there. We finish everything for The Waiting Room. We're super happy with the takes. And we got like lots of time on the clock left, which is already prepaid studio time. And we didn't want to waste it, but we didn't know what to do. But Dave knew the bass line and everything for Summer intricately. I didn't have a piano part on it.
That's a good point.
Which is actually kind of funny. So they were like, we could track Summer and then bring it back and have Joe add everything. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'll you guys do your thing. Let me sit in this beautiful room with a wonderful best piano I've ever played in my life. See if I can figure out a little piano part on it. And we tracked what became the bed track for Summer. So which we released that first because Waiting Room ended up taking a lot longer to finish. Like we added we didn't mention I had the violin and cello but played by Paul Connors on the Waiting Room. So that took a lot longer to unfold, whereas Joe adding the vocals and me adding the guitar on Summer. Again, we knew it so well. It wasn't a hard task to finish. So we finished it. We did this fun project where people submitted Summer photos of them experiencing Georgina. We put together a YouTube video and we put it out on YouTube, and we put it out on Bandcamp in June of 2019. And then in January of 2022, we released The Waiting Room as the fundraising project. And all this time, it was like, these are going to go on the album. We weren't sure what it was going to be called for sure. We thought some sort of family album thing.
And then we just said the family album. What would be family album?
I think you said, I thought we were calling it family album. We were like, well, we were, but that was like a working title.
I've been using this joke for a long time that we're not that witty, and it's Connor's music and the Connors brothers, and we just don't know how to make up fancy names. And then we're like, it's like about family. It's like,
well,
family.
Hand me the photo book again. So like when we talked about what an album is, like an album, when people put in a music project, they call it an album. And you have a photo album, right, of something that you experience. We've merged the two concepts into one thing.
Yeah, it is a family photo album.
It's a family photo album. So this time we called it what it is, but I love this presentation for music moving forward.
Yeah, I could see it being
the way so that you have this, if you're listening on a streaming platform, you have the liner notes, the stories, the pictures, so you can really experience it. And like, I really encourage people to do that. Don't just listen to a playlist all the time.
No.
Take the time, find an artist that you love, find their album, and listen to it in not only all the songs, but in the order that they constructed them in, because artists put a lot of time and effort into that.
Like different album, but similar concept, which I envisioned when we were coming up with this, or maybe drew some inspiration, but this is different. Was the Harmolodia album by
They have a book,
the Real Statics.
So it was a children's artwork book along with the album, and it told the story.
The Secret Path by Gordon Downey has a what's it called? Graphic novel basically associated with it. And each one is like a lyric page and the graphic artist's work. And I definitely encourage you, if you want an emotional experience that can top this one, I think that's it. And I guess we're putting it up there with Gordon Downey. I don't know about that, but so you sit there and you read the lyrics and listen to the song and experience the imagery. It's intense. So, and it's such a good thing for our soul. Like, do this, right? Yeah. Music is more than just background noise.
Yeah. Well, and imagine if
PSA from
Tea Party's new album.
So you mean Jeff Martin's?
Yeah. Is it solo?
That's solo. Yeah. 7
Imagine that had like a book that went with it. Like that would just be crazy intense.
Yeah. It came out with this really cool image that they did.
Yeah, I saw the image, and that's what's like. That would be the cover, like a leather bound, like.
Yeah, you could buy the vinyl with that. And that would have been cool.
But
you're right, leather bound, but in human skin.
Oh my god!
It would be. It totally.
Yeah, and an eyeball,
authentic,
and an eyeball could open on the front of it and look around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but what's that cost to make?
Somebody tag Jeff Martin from the Tea Party.
We have an idea for you, Jeff.
Summer, I've Got It Made. Love the song. One of my favorites. So that's what's coming up next. Without further ado,
feels like Dan's like, hurry up and play the song.
Yeah, without further ado,
a little bit.
Summer, I've Got It.
Why won't you chill with me under this shady tree, drinking a lemonade, resting in this cooling shade. This summer I've got it made. The whiplash factor is high as the women keep on rolling by. Reach out for one that catches your eye. At this rate, I should have stayed. But this summer, I've got it made. I'm working all of 9 to 5, and I'm feeling like I'm so alive. Sick days so I can drive. At this rate, I won't get paid. But this summer, I've got it made. But this summer, I've got it made. Well, this summer, I've got it made.
I've Got It Made, recorded.
Say it now.
Summer, I've Got It Made, recorded by the Connors Brothers. Original track, and inspiration derived from Sybil's Point Provincial Park, as well as an incredible bass groove by David Connors.
So I will say I have a working folder of an album worth of bass grooves.
You do, eh?
I do.
I'm down.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
And we may have to reprise something.
You're such a beautiful lady.
Well, that hasn't been recorded. and
Oh,
released
why
yet.
am I snapping? What a waste.
Oh,
What a waste. You get me
No,
snapping.
reprise in the sense of something that was recorded and released, but we have ownership, partial ownership of is 9 in the morning.
9 in the morning.
Thanks to
1, 2,
a
3,
great time
4,
period with Ryan
5,
Ainsworth.
6,
So
7,
Gary says awesome, and Tiago sends up some applause. So that's fun. And Mel pointed out that that was the first song she recorded on for the Connors Brothers.
Yes, it
Other
was.
side. And
Yes.
so that's pretty cool.
And
And that fiddle part really filled a gap in
it
the
was
song, I thought.
yeah, because it wasn't. We didn't have really.
No, it was just again.
No,
Fiddle
it was
part.
just like, hey, we're recording this. Can you think of something you could play on violin?
The day
Bring it
Yeah.
to the.
And then your sassiness threw in that note at the end, and I had to pick it up on the bass line. And I went boom. And
When she picked
on-
up the 7 out of the G7 chord. That was good.
No, but I mean her decision to try and be the last note.
Oh yeah.
Then
I'm always doing that.
I added a note.
I'm always doing that.
I am going to shout out because Dan was mentioning Summer, I've Got It Made. His band Foreplay has a wonderful cover of this song that they recorded on Facebook. That they posted. We will reshare it.
Did you reshare it recently? Because it came up on my feed like
I think reshared it.
Oh, nice.
In reaction to the album dropping.
They played it at the fair too. I remember that.
Yeah.
And what I want to see is a 4 vocal group try to cover Antrim Plateau. So there's a challenge for you guys.
There are 3
Like
vocals
a
and a
acapella, right? Wouldn't it be cool to have like an acapella Antrim Plateau?
Dan DeMarco.
Like voice play or pentatonics or any local group.
Dan DeMarco, if you'd like, Dave Connors is willing to take you for bass vocal lessons to go fair and true. To say you can learn his part.
So Danielle suggests that we come to the Goderich Celtic Roots Festival in August.
Does she know the art story?
We would be totally down to play the Goderich Celtic Roots Festival.
We'll talk more about that as well. Yeah.
You know something?
I do know something. We will chat more.
And Dan says, thanks, Joe.
Foreplay. That's for you, Dan.
Okay.
All I know, Dan.
The band's called Foreplay. That sounds really awkward.
Yeah.
Foreplay for you, Dan.
To sing lower, try yawning by accident.
Like Dave got some really low notes on this album. Like now that we've done the listening party, re-listen and just listen for Dave's low notes. And then it could be like a drinking game, right? Every time Dave hits a low note. So Dan says, that's funny, Joe.
I know it is. So not 4-part harmony from Foreplay, but another local band or beyond. Could be
Well, it's
from
not
Fort Worth,
4-part
Texas.
harmony. It's 4-part
Polyphony. Yeah.
Just saying.
No, a band that was capable of 4-part harmony could attempt.
Oh, of
4-part
course.
polyphony.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
that's my point. Is you'd have to
Yeah.
find somebody who is capable of A. To
somebody
go for B.
who only harmonizes might not be able to
No.
execute polyphony.
That's why. Okay. Let me reset this.
Voice
Whole,
play.
let me
Voice play would do
reset.
it.
Let me reset the whole
Voice
conversation.
play could do it.
A band.
And put me to shame.
A band that currently is capable
Tag Jeff in
of
this.
4-part harmony
I don't have his thing.
can then attempt 4-part polyphony, and that's what you're looking for.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
a challenge.
I would love to learn from them.
Yeah,
From who?
Because
from voice play.
Voice
Oh,
play.
yeah.
You'd like to learn some foreplay.
Oh.
Foreplay, voice play.
Dave, if it's this time in your
But the
life,
bass-
you don't know what foreplay
the bass
is.
He's
singer
insane.
is for voice play.
If
is-
anyone wants to lose their marbles, look him up.
Yeah.
Jeff Colstino. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it right.
I don't know.
Almost too low.
We're not friends.
I follow him on
Yeah,
everything.
but we follow.
Anyway,
Yeah, I
moving
follow
on.
too.
Yeah.
You should just reach out.
Actually,
Send them a
okay,
message.
so to shout out another local band, it was Lucky Charms. We're looking at doing a cover. And when I was researching the vocal arrangements for this cover, it was Bang by
AJR.
AJR, which is fine. Their version is fine.
AJRs.
AJR, like they're the original. But Voice Plays is, in my humble opinion, better.
Wicked awesome.
It's wicked
It
awesome.
is very
And the
good.
bass vocals.
Well,
I was like,
and the
what?
part that
Dave's good. This guy is
no,
like,
I'm
he's
fine.
insane.
I'm fine. What blows my
Gary
mind
said, "This is not a family show." And I said that there was. Let's not get confused. The song is about family. It's not a children's album, right? Nor is
Yeah.
this a children's show. It's 11:22 at night. We're gonna say some
What
off-side
blows my
things.
mind, just to carry on that Jeff thread. Have you seen him when he does one of his videos where he sings all the
Yeah,
parts?
he can go high.
His
too.
range is insane.
Yeah, he can go way up there,
Way up
and he
there.
does all the harmonies.
all the harmonies, all the lows,
So,
sub
but-
octaves.
listen to Family Album a bunch first
I
before
do
you
my
go
best.
off and listen to other stuff. So, hey, Carrie says LOL. All right, so we got. Do you want to add something?
No, I think we're good. Let's
Let's play the next track.
we're coming to the end of the album,
We are indeed.
and this is a song. I'll just preface that at the end of every night that we're gigging, I feel like this sums up the feeling of packing up the vehicle and heading home. Usually at like 1, 2, sometimes
Yeah.
3 in the morning.
And I do want to touch on the recording in advance so that people know what they're listening for here. So, because Joe mentioned it's like packing up at the end of the night, and from our childhood, the song was from our childhood, going home from, say, visiting a friend's family's farm in Woodville, and you're getting in the car late at night, and it's dark, and you know, to keep the kids happy, you sing a little family song in the car. So that's what this song was
Basically
from.
Try and put us to sleep.
Probably, yeah, but it didn't really.
Oh,
We sang along. Okay, you get the third above.
I was asleep.
Dave, get the bass vocals.
This is
He's
me.
8 years old. Yeah. Anyway, so we wanted to like capture that moment. So we took our microphone, ran extra XLR cable. We took this microphone, the Aston Stealth, and we took it and put it outside on a mic stand with long XLR cables. And Mel started her car so that we could record the sound of a car starting. No, it's gonna play. We're gonna play the track. Okay.
This isn't the track.
No, I know.
Just the sample. Just the
Okay.
sound sample.
So we're about to play the song for you where we sing it, but we actually did record our own car sounds, feet shuffling sounds, key sounds, and then we sang the track. So here we go. A little 1 minute song of Show Me the Way to Go Home.
I want to add one thing before we hit play. For all of you who think that's the end of the album because you're on streaming services, if you're on Bandcamp or on a physical disc copy, there's one more sneaky track.
Yeah. Did we put Show Me the Way to Go Home on streaming?
I don't think so.
So this isn't on streaming either.
Both of these are not on streaming.
Right. So this
What
is
do
a
we get if
special
we buy the album?
for those of you that hung in for the whole listening party. We see your eyeballs. You get this bonus track, but yes, if you buy it on Bandcamp or if you buy the CD, you get these fun little bonus tracks. But you're right, not on the streaming services. So here we go.
Right.
I guess on the replay of YouTube, you can see this too. We got Show Me the Way to Go Home.
Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a cup of tea about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Wherever I may roam, over land or sea or foam, well, you can always catch me singing this song. Show me the way to go home. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a cup of tea about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Wherever I may roam.
Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your patience. Awesome.
Okay, so there was the
Thank you for
Show Me the Way to Go Home, and then I meant to pause. Thank you for your patience, but it happened anyways, so we won't play it again. That was the moment I was talking about where I was trying to play the intro for Mitzvah. Yeah.
Yep.
And it took me a bunch of takes. I actually said in studio, thanks for your patience. Curtis, who was the engineer we were working with for the day. So I edited out Curtis to share the sentiment for all the people that listened to Maple Flavored in 2015, have been coming out to watch us play, and have been saying, when is that next album coming out? I say it like a bad thing. It's so nice that people want more music, and we're really excited that this week we got to share that with you, share new music with you. And so we appreciate your patience. Thanks for your patience.
All right. Oh, nice. There's the chord. So, challenge that was presented early on, John gave me at the beginning of the live stream, he gave me this instrument, the bones. Curtis, this is a McBride's session bones. And with the instruction leaflet and a little time and ticking off Mel with clicking in her ear, I was able to try to figure out this instrument. Let's see how it goes, and then we'll wrap up our live stream. Thanks so much for tuning in. We are the Connors Brothers. That was a family album.
say the things you never say with passion that won't go away. Thoughts we share behind closed doors, safe within our own. There's so much more. We'll sing the songs we never sing, for fear the melody won't ring. If sung outside of four safe walls, no harmony to meet it, it would surely fall. It wouldn't have it any other way. This love is surely here to stay. Nobody fights like family.
Thanks so much.
So Gary says, awesome album. We'll be in to see you soon. Thanks, Gary, for that. And we got some celebratory shapes there from Tiago and some applause from Gary. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thanks for your comments.
And thanks for your patience.
Thanks for your patience. Have a good day.
Cheers.
Ciao.